Yeah, that was pretty dirty underneath. You can see why, when I first took it off, why there was freaking grease and dirt everywhere. I mean, barely run this thing, and this thing was filthy. So definitely gonna have to tear it apart again and actually put some new gaskets in it. So. Hey YouTube, so finally getting back to the Suburban 12. So the plan, I actually haven't watched the last video in a while. Basically, I think the plan is still to pull the engine. I got to redo the rings on it, maybe do an oversized piston and rings on it, because I know it's blowing oil. I should have did it before, but didn't really notice it burning a lot of oil when I first bought it, so that's why I just kind of left it, and I didn't tear it apart. So anyway, so the plan is to pull the engine, redo the rings, put it back on while it's off, either while it's off or before I get it off. Drill all the holes for the loader, take the loader off, weld it up a little tighter on the front end and stuff like that, and then get it back together. So let's get to it. Well, good and bad news. Well, the good news is I got the tank off, and well, I mean, I should start with the bad news. Bad news is that a lot of the gas seems like it's varnished and it's gone bad really fast, actually. But the good news is I didn't have much in there, so it doesn't seem like anything was really coming out and anything sitting in the carburetor. So once I take the engine off, we get into a little deeper, I'll find out how much it needs to be cleaned out. But yeah, luckily I didn't put much gas in it when I did the test run a while ago. Alright, got the motor disconnected from the chassis. It's kind of weird. I guess I got to replace some gaskets because there's grease, oil right there. And I mean, I have not run this engine, so looks like it's when I go in to replace the rings, I got to replace some gaskets too, apparently. Yep, so let's keep moving. Yeah, that was pretty dirty underneath. You can see why, when I first took it off, why there was freaking grease and dirt everywhere. I mean, barely run this thing, and this thing was filthy. So definitely gonna have to tear it apart again and actually put some new gaskets in it. So I got it up here, and as you can tell, this thing's blowing. And look at this is again, this was run maybe twice, and not even for that long. So probably run for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes. Look at that, how nasty that is. It's yeah, this thing definitely needs to have its rings redone. But say about the engine part, again, it's definitely yeah, obviously look at, I actually wiped off all the oil. The head was actually didn't barely wipe this off, so it obviously didn't burn the oil. It was just spitting it out. And I just didn't run it hot enough to really burn anything. So I think what I'm going to do is When I go to take the piston out, I'll take these out and then kind of smooth out this surface with a stone or something to make it a little more even, a little more uniform, and then take a look at the seats. All right, got the pulley off. That actually came off really easy. I just soaked right in the set screw holes for a week. So back on it today. Doing it horizontal, I've never done it before, but I'm nervous that something with the governor is going to fall out on me. So I kind of hoping to just keep it all contained. But this thing is still filthy, despite it not being run.
So everything's, because the engine's so oily, all the bolts come out pretty easy. There's no rust on this thing, for sure. Oh, more. Oh, that was not enough. Done. Right, it's splitting already. Bolts out. Oh, put one in there. That was one. Short. Short. Okay, so only one was this top one.
It'd be good if I disconnected the governor. Shit. Something. So I could take off the carb. Yeah, this thing is filthy. There are the bolts. All right, let's take a closer look. Still filled with a little bit of oil, but don't know if there's supposed to be a gasket. Here, I'll have to flip over the plate. The crankshaft seems okay. Let me see if I can get those bolts off.
One bolt. One nut, I should say.
All right, I got it out. Forgot to have the camera going. Basically, what I did was basically took just this little plastic screwdriver, put it up against the bolt that's coming out of the top of the connector rod, and then just tapped it. So it was basically, I was hitting plastic against metal. So that just gave it enough to just break the kind of seal with this, and it's coming out. So the pistons should be coming out now. There we go. There we are. Yep. Little blow by. What do you think? So it's, I don't see any markings on this, so it's got to be standard. So take care of it and measure it up. Yeah, the cylinder is in really good shape, so I'm not worried about that. I'll hone it, but it is in really good shape. There's no grooves or anything, so just a matter of measuring it now, which my dumb luck, I left my digital calipers at work, so I'm gonna have to wait to get an accurate measurement, so shit happens. All right, I guess that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time.